Hi students, so let us continue with the exercise 2.2 regarding the inverse trigonometric function. So the second set of questions, that is, write the following function in the simplest form. So we need to write the following function in the simplest form. The first question in that is tan inverse of square root of 1 plus x square minus 1 divided by x, where x is not equal to 0. So this is the terms and condition, and this is the question which we need to bring into the simplest form. The first thing is what we are used to do with the substitution. So regarding the substitution, I have already cleared in the previous video. That is, suppose in the question, if it is in the form of a plus a square plus x square, in this form is there, means at that time we are substituting x is equal to either a tan theta or a cot theta. Suppose in the question, if it is in the form of a minus x square, means at that time we are replacing x by either a cos theta or a sin theta. Suppose if it is in the form of a minus x or a plus x, means at that time we are replacing x by either cos theta or cos 2 theta based upon our requirement. So this is the basic thing which I have explained in the previous video. So now let us go with the substitution. So in the question we are having 1 plus x square. So 1 plus x square means it is in the form of a square plus x square. So here we are either substituting x by either tan theta or cot theta. So let us think it by looking into the question, which is best suitable here. Suppose if we substitute by cot theta, whether it is helpful, or suppose if we substitute by tan theta, whether that one is helpful. Since tan inverse is outside, so it's better if it comes tan inside also. So it will be simplest or the easiest way of simplifying the question. Suppose I take with x is equal to tan theta. Let us see what it is going to be happen. So what happens? Tan inverse of square root of 1 plus tan square theta minus 1 divided by tan theta. So we know that the identity 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but what? It is nothing but secant square theta. So square root of secant square theta means it is nothing but square root of secant square theta is nothing but secant theta. So what happens now here? Tan inverse of secant theta minus 1 divided by tan theta. So now how we can substitute? We know that secant theta is equal to 1 by cos theta, and tan theta is equal to what? Sin theta by cos theta. So use that ideology here. So what happens? Tan inverse of 1 by cos theta minus 1 divided by sin theta by cos theta. So in the numerator, by taking the LCM, we are going to get 1 minus cos theta divided by cos theta. In the denominator, we are having sin theta by cos theta. So clearly cos theta get cancels. We are having tan inverse of 1 minus cos theta divided by sin theta. So clearly again we know that 1 minus cos theta, I can write 1 minus cos theta as 2 sin square theta by 2, and sin theta, I can write sin theta as 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. So it is nothing but the formula, half angle formula. It is similar. It is the formula of sin 2 theta, where 2 theta is replaced by theta. Here it is a formula of 1 minus cos 2 theta, where 2 theta is replaced by theta here. So now using this identity in this equation, we are going to get what? Tan inverse of 2 sin square theta by 2 divided by, in the denominator, 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. 2 get cancels. Here sin square is there, 1 sin get cancels with the denominator sin. So what is remaining? Sin theta by 2 divided by cos theta by 2. It is nothing but tan theta by 2. So tan inverse of tan theta by 2 is theta by 2. So writing here, this implies what? Theta by 2, it should belong to the interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So to check this one, what the condition they are saying, x is not equal to 0. What was our x? It was our tan theta. So tan theta should not be equal to 0. So when actually tan theta is equal to 0 at the angles when theta is the integral multiples of pi. But here clearly suppose it should not be equal to 0 means theta should not be equal to integral multiple of pi. So theta should not be integral multiple of pi means clearly here theta is not the integral multiple of pi. So we can say that this is valid. So tan inverse of tan theta, it is lying within this interval. So it is theta by 2 is the answer. So what is theta? So theta is nothing but what? Tan inverse of x. So I can write it as 1 by 2 tan inverse of x. But don't write this one as tan inverse of x by 2. It is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. So this, don't write it like this. It is 1 by 2 is taken outside and theta is nothing but tan inverse of x. So clearly this theta, it belongs to only this tan inverse. Half is nothing but it is came out of that angle or out of this value. So clearly tan inverse of theta is nothing but tan inverse of x and 1 by 2 is kept outside. So this is how we are dealing with the simplifying the given question in the simplest form. So the simplest form of this question, that is tan inverse of square root of 1 plus x square minus 1 by x, the simplest form is 1 by 2 tan inverse of x. So the next question is tan inverse of 1 by square root of x square minus 1 where mod x is greater than 1. So while dealing with this question, again in the beginning substitution, for what value we are going to take for x. So here x is either we are going to take x as equal to secant theta or cosecant theta. So which is suitable, we need to guess it. Suppose if I take secant theta means what happens, secant square theta minus 1. So secant square theta minus 1, it is nothing but our tan square theta. So square root of tan square theta means what? Tan theta. So 1 by tan theta becomes cot theta. So tan inverse of cot theta, it is not that suitable or simplified. So here it is tan inverse means let us try to bring here also tan. So the tan inverse of tan we are going to get, which is easy to solve with the properties which we know. So to bring here tan, I am dealing with cosecant. Suppose if I deal with the secant means here we are going to get cot. So let us deal with taking x is equal to cosecant theta. So what happens when x is equal to cosecant theta? We are having tan inverse of 1 divided by square root of cosecant square theta minus 1. So cosecant square theta, we know that cosecant square theta minus 1, it is equal to cot square theta. So using this identity, let us deal here tan inverse of 1 divided by square root of cot square theta. So square root of cot square theta means what happens? It is nothing but 1 by cot theta. So what is 1 by cot? 1 by cot, it is nothing but tan. So tan inverse of tan theta. So tan inverse of tan theta means what? If we write tan inverse of tan theta is equal to theta means clearly theta should belong to which interval? It should belong to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Closed, not closed, open interval. So to check whether it is true or not, we are having the condition. What they have said, it is greater than minus 1 less than 1. So what is x here? We have taken x as cosecant theta, which is less than 1 but greater than minus 1. So if I take cosecant inverse of minus 1 means it is minus pi by 2 less than theta less than pi by 2. So it clearly implies what? Theta is belonging to closed, not closed, open interval minus, it is not equal to. So open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this is valid. So we can write, since theta is belonging within the required interval, we can write tan inverse of tan theta is equal to theta. So you can take down this one has in the side, so that you can understand the topic very clearly. And while substituting each method, so here I taken x is equal to cosecant theta, and I have written like this. In front of this one, before writing cot theta, which identity you used, better you write it in the bracket, so that every step you can understand it very clearly while writing every problem, so there will be no confusion. Even if you go through any questions after certain days, after if you go through any questions later also, means by looking into the reason which identity you have used to get this step, if you have written in the bracket in front of that, means so there will be no confusion for you peoples, or even though after you are solving the same question after certain days. So this is what one of the suggestion I would like to give for you peoples to understand some of the concept in the easiest and the better way. So let us move to the next question, that is tan inverse of whole square root of 1 minus cos x divided by 1 plus cos x, where x is lying between 0 to pi. So in this type of question there is no substitutions. There is no substitution. Here the thing is you need to deal with the identity. So in the numerator we are having 1 minus cos x. In the denominator we are having 1 plus cos x. So clearly we know the identity, that is 1 minus cos x is equal to 2 sin square x by 2, and 1 plus cos x is equal to 2 cos square x by 2. So let us deal with that identity. So what happens, tan inverse of square root of, in the numerator we are going to get 2 sin square x by 2, in the denominator 2 cos square x by 2. Clearly 2 get cancels. What happens, tan inverse of sin square x by 2 divided by cos square x by 2, it is nothing but square root of tan square x by 2. Clearly square root of tan square x by 2, it is nothing but tan inverse of tan x by 2. Since clearly x is lying between 0 to pi, obviously x by 2 is lying between 0 to pi by 2. So tan inverse of tan x is x by 2 is equal to x by 2, when x by 2 belongs to 0, no, not 0, when it is belonging to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this value, it is lying between this one, 0 to pi by 2 means it is coming within this interval. So this is valid. So we can write tan inverse of tan x by 2 as x by 2. So this is the simplest form of the given question. Here we are having nothing to substitute x. What is x here? Because there is nothing we have substituted here, so there is no substitution for x. So clearly the simplest form of this one is x by 2. So the next question is this one, that is tan inverse of cos x minus sin x divided by cos x plus sin x, where x is lying between 0 to pi. So again, before doing or solving this one, we need to think here how we can bring this one into the simplest form. So what and all the thing we need to do, some alteration, what and all thing is there, we have to need to do within this itself. So clearly what I am doing right now here is, for sin x, only for this term in both numerator and denominator, I am multiplying by cos x and dividing by cos x. So we know that for any term, if I multiply by any number and divide by any number, means then there is no changes in that number or in any value. So I am doing that one for here sin x in both numerator as well as denominator. So if I multiply cos x and divide by cos x, means sin by cos, what happens, it is tan. So what we are having now here, cos x minus, since I have multiplied and divided by cos x in both numerator and denominator, we are having tan x into cos x. Similarly in the denominator we are having cos x. For sin x I have multiplied and divided by cos. So what happened here, we are again going to get tan x into cos x. So this multiplying and dividing cos x, it is only for this sign. I am not dividing this one for the whole equation or the whole term. I am not doing it one. I am doing only it for sign. So what is the use of this one? So the use of this one is, from this one I can take cos outside from both numerator and denominator. Cos is common right in that one. So by taking cos common outside in the numerator, what I am going to get? 1 minus tan x. Similarly in the denominator, by taking cos common outside, I am going to get 1 plus tan x. Cos, here not cos of this one, cos x, sorry guys, I have made this mistake. Cos of 1 written, that is not cos of 1. Cos x I am taken outside, so cos x get cancels. So what we are having now? Tan inverse of 1 minus tan x divided by 1 plus tan x. By clearly looking into 1 minus tan x divided by 1 plus tan x, this is similar to, or this one, by observing this one, I can write this one as tan pi by 4 minus x, right? Because the formula for tan pi by 4 minus x, it is nothing but tan pi by 4 minus tan x divided by 1 plus tan pi by 4 into tan x. So what is tan pi by 4? It is nothing but 1 minus tan x divided by 1 plus tan pi by 4 is 1 plus tan x. So clearly 1 minus tan x divided by 1 plus tan x, it is equal to tan pi by 4 minus x. So I can write this one as tan inverse of tan pi by 4 minus x. So now what? Clearly here x is lying between 0 to pi. So pi by 4 minus x means whatever the value, it is lying between this value itself. So clearly tan inverse of tan theta, I can write this one as pi by 4 minus x, because tan inverse of tan theta is equal to theta when pi by 4 minus x, it is lying between pi minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So clearly this value is lying between that value. So I can write this one as pi by 4 minus x, because you can observe here from where to where the value of x belongs and what does this belongs. By comparing this one and this one, I can write this value is lying between minus pi by 2 pi by 2. So tan inverse of tan pi by 4 minus x is equal to pi by 4 minus x. So this is the simplest form of this question. So let us move to the next question, that is tan inverse of x divided by square root of a square minus x square when mod x is less than a. So now clear, it starts with the substitution. What we need to substitute here? So in the question you can see here a square minus x square. When it is in this form, either we need to substitute x as equal to either a cos theta or a sin theta. So which is best suitable? If I substitute here with a cos theta, means what happens? We are going to get a square minus a square cos square theta. So if I take a square common outside, means 1 minus cos square theta, which is nothing but sin theta, sin square theta. So a square sin square theta, square root is there, so clearly it becomes a sin theta. In the numerator we are having cos theta. Cos theta by sin theta is cot theta. So suppose if I substitute here cot theta, we are going to get, means which is not that helpful. So I am substituting here x with a sin theta. So if I substitute x with a sin theta, what happens? That is nothing but tan inverse of a sin theta divided by square root of a square minus a square sin square theta. So clearly what happens here? Tan inverse of a sin theta, in the denominator if I take a square common outside, what I am going to get? 1 minus sin square theta. So 1 minus sin square theta means what? It is clearly cos square theta. So square root of cos square theta is nothing but cos theta. So what we are going to get? A square cos square theta, right? So square root of a square and cos square theta, what happens? That is nothing but tan inverse of a sin theta divided by a cos theta. A get cancels. So tan inverse of tan theta, because sin by cos is tan. So tan inverse of tan theta, which is equal to theta when theta belongs to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So what is theta here? What is theta? So theta here, that is nothing but sine inverse of x by a is equal to theta here. So clearly theta is equal to sine inverse of x by a. Now the thing is, we need to know whether we are able to write tan inverse of tan theta is equal to theta, because theta should belongs to minus pi by 2, pi by 2. So let us verify that one. So what they have given, mod x is less than a. So what does that implies? X is greater than minus a, less than a. What is x here? Our x was a sin theta, less than a. So it is nothing but minus 1 less than or equal to sin theta. Sin theta is greater than minus 1 less than 1. So clearly theta is less than minus pi, it is greater than minus pi by 2, less than pi by 2. So clearly our theta is belonging to within this principal value branch. So we can write tan inverse of tan theta is equal to theta, where theta is nothing but sine inverse of x by a. So this is how we have simplified the given question, or brought the given question into the simplest form. So similarly, let us move to the next question, that is tan inverse of 3a square x minus x cube divided by a cube minus 3a x square, where a is greater than 0 and x is lying within this range. So by looking into this question itself, you can come to know that this is in the form of tan 3 theta equation. So what we need to substitute to get the formula of tan 3 theta? Suppose if I substitute it with by suppose if I substitute x by tan theta, means it is not at all possible. So I am substituting x by a tan theta. So what happens? Tan inverse of 3a cube tan theta minus a cube tan cube theta divided by a cube minus 3a cube tan square theta. So clearly in the numerator, in both the term a cube is common, I can take that one outside. In the denominator also we are having a cube common. So after taking a cube common, what we are left in 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta divided by, in the denominator also a cube is common, 1 minus 3 tan square theta. So a cube get cancels. So what we are left out with now? Tan inverse of 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta, which is nothing but the formula of tan 3 theta. So tan inverse of tan 3 theta is equal to 3 theta only when 3 theta belongs to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So we need to check this one. Let us check it later. So what is theta here? Here theta implies what? Tan inverse of x by a. So 3 theta is nothing but 3 tan inverse of x by a. Now let us check whether the 3 theta is coming within this principal value branch or not. So what the question they have, in the question they have said x is lying between minus a by root 3 and less than a by root 3. So what was our x? It was a tan theta. So minus a by root 3 less than a tan theta less than a by root 3. A get cancels, that is nothing but minus 1 by root 3 less than tan theta less than 1 by root 3. So tan inverse of minus 1 by root 3 is minus pi by 6 less than theta less than pi by 6. So but we are not interested in theta, we are interested in 3 theta. So if I multiply 3 common, 3 to the whole inequality means it is minus pi by 2 to 3 theta is lying from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So clearly our 3 theta is within the principal value branch. So we have verified that part also. So clearly I can write tan inverse of tan 3 theta has 3 theta and substituting theta as tan inverse of x by a. This is the simplest form of given question or the given equation. So let us move to the next set of questions, that is find the value of each of the following. So you need to find the value here. So the question is first question in that is tan inverse of 2 cos 2 sin inverse of 1 by 2. So let us solve it step by step. So clearly we know that the first thing which we can simplify here is this itself. So tan inverse of 2 cos 2 sin inverse of 1 by 2. So for which angle we are going to get sin inverse of 1 by 2. Suppose if you feel it difficult, means you can solve it in like this manner also. Sin inverse of 1 by 2 is equal to y. So sin y is equal to 1 by 2. So for which angle we are going to get 1 by 2, that is nothing but sin y is equal to sin pi by 6. So sin pi by 6 means clearly y is equal to pi by 6. So sin inverse of 1 by 2 is pi by 6. So this is the way. Suppose if you didn't get it direct way means. So sin inverse of 1 by 2, it is nothing but pi by 6. So 2 ones are 2 3s are. So it is pi by 3 now. So tan inverse of 2 cos pi by 3. So what is cos pi by 3? So cos pi by 3, it is nothing but 1 by 2. So 2 into 1 by 2. So 2 get cancelled. So tan inverse of 1. So for which angle? So tan inverse of 1, it is nothing but pi by 4. Suppose if you didn't get it directly, means try to solve it in this manner itself by taking tan inverse of 1 is equal to x. So this is the way we get the value of the given question. So similarly, cot of tan inverse of a plus cot inverse of a. So we know that tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. So we know this identity. So by using this identity, I can write this one as cot of tan inverse of a plus cot inverse of a is nothing but pi by 2. So cot pi by 2. So cot pi by 2, it is nothing but 0. So the value of the given question is 0 here. So the next question is this one, that is tan of 1 by 2 sin inverse of 2x divided by 1 plus x square plus cos inverse of 1 minus y square divided by 1 plus x square, 1 plus y square, where mod x is less than 1, y is greater than 0 and xy is less than 1. So now let us see here tan 1 by 2. So clearly sin inverse of 2x divided by 1 plus x square. For this one we have the formula, that is nothing but 2 tan inverse of x. So clearly this one is equal to 2 tan inverse of x only when mod x is greater than when mod x is less than 1. So they have condition that mod x is less than 1. So I can write sin inverse of 2x divided by 1 plus x square is equal to 2 tan inverse of x plus. Similarly, we are having cos inverse of 1 minus y square divided by 1 plus y square. So this one is equal to 2 tan inverse of y only when y is greater than 0. So here we are having condition. So I can replace this one by 2 tan inverse of y. Suppose if I take 2 common outside from this equation, means tan of 1 by 2 into 2 tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. Clearly 2 get cancels, which is equal to tan of, this is in the form of tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. I can write tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. So I can write this identity only when xy is less than 1. So the condition is here. So I can replace this one by this identity. Since xy is less than 1, the condition is already given. So what happens, tan inverse of this one is nothing but x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. So here I am not going to deal or check with whether this one is belonging within that interval, because whatever the condition or whatever the identities which I have taken here to substitute, all are satisfying the given conditions. So Even this one is also given criteria or the given condition is solved with all these given initially. So I can write it directly, that is tan of tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy is equal to x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. So this is the value of given question here. So this is the next question, that is if sine of sine inverse 1 by 5 plus cos inverse x is equal to 1 means we need to find the value of x. That means we need to find what is the value of x. Clearly what they have said, this value is equal to 1. So when our sine of which angle is equal to 1? So clearly sine pi by 2 is equal to 1. We know this concept, right? So now we need to try to bring this one is equal to pi by 2 so that we are going to satisfy this condition, that is sine inverse of 1 by 5 plus cos inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. So we know there is one of the identity, that is sine inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. So we have this identity. So by using this identity I can say that whatever the x present here, that x is equal to what? 1 by 5. So when it is 1 by 5, we are having sine inverse of 1 by 5 plus cos inverse of 1 by 5 which is equal to pi by 2 by using this identity. So at that time I can replace this one by pi by 2. So sine pi by 2 is 1. So this equation is satisfied. So to satisfy this equation, our x value, it should be equal to 1 by 5. So let us move to the next question, that is 50th question. Tan inverse of x minus 1 divided by x minus 2 plus tan inverse of x plus 1 divided by x plus 2 is equal to pi by 4, and we need to find the value of x here. So how we are going to deal this one? So here we need to find the value of x and they have given the expression. So while looking into the LHS, it is in the form of tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. So by using that identity I can write tan inverse of x plus y. Here x is this whole thing. So x, that is x minus 1 divided by x minus 2, this is our x, plus y is this one. So x plus 1 divided by x plus 2 divided by 1 minus xy. This is our x and this is our y. So x minus 1 divided by x minus 2 into x plus 1 divided by x plus 2. Okay, so now we need to solve this one. This one is equal to pi by 4. So tan inverse of, if I am going to solve this one, means if I take LCM, x minus 1 into x plus 2 plus x plus 1 into x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 into x plus 2. So in the denominator I am taking again LCM, x minus 2 into x plus 2 minus x minus 1 into x plus 1 divided by x minus 2 into x plus 2. So this one and this one get cancels, which is equal to pi by 4. If tan comes to the RHS, tan pi by 4, it is 1. So what happens? X minus 1 into x plus 2 plus x plus 1 into x minus 2 divided by x square. Okay, I'll write first like this only, later I will solve it. X minus 2, x minus 1 into x plus 1, which is equal to 1. That is tan pi by 4, which is equal to 1. Now I am solving this one, that is nothing but x square minus x minus minus x plus 2x minus 2 plus x square minus 2x plus x minus 2 divided by x square minus 4 minus x square plus 1, which is equal to 1. Plus 2x minus 2x get cancels, minus x plus x get cancelled. So in the numerator we are having 2x square minus 4 divided by, here x square get cancels, in the denominator we are having minus 3, which is equal to 1. So clearly 2x square minus 4 is equal to minus 3, So clearly 2x square is equal to 1. This implies x square is equal to 1 by 2 and x is equal to plus or 1 by root 2. So this is the value of x. So from the beginning to here, the thing is starting, the thing which we need to crack is, here we used to use the formula tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. If we use that formula, rest all are our elementary part itself. So by solving at the final, we are going to get the value of x here. So let us move to the next set of the question, that is find the value of each of the expression, that is sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3. So since you are sine inverse of 2 pi by 3, if you write 2 pi by 3, whether it is true, check first whether sine inverse of sine theta is equal to theta only when theta is belonging to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So whether this belongs to this interval, check it first. So 2 pi by 3 means clearly it is 2 into 180 by 3 means clearly it comes in the, it is 120 degree. Yes, it is 120 degree. So 2 pi by 3 is 120 degree. So 120 degree, it is not coming under this interval. So we can't write sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3 is equal to 2 pi by 3. So we need to bring this one within this interval. So how we are going to deal with it? So we know that sine theta, it is equal to sine pi minus theta is equal to sine theta. So I am using this identity here. So I am writing sine 2 pi by 3 as sine pi minus 2 pi by 3. So sine pi minus 2 pi by 3 is, it is nothing but 3 minus 2 pi, it is nothing but sine pi by 3. So pi by 3, it is coming within this interval. So I can write sine inverse of sine pi by 3 as pi by 3. So this is the value of this given expression. So you can not only write in this format also. Suppose if you flash, even you can split this 2 pi by 3 itself. So you can write not only in this form, you can also try sine inverse of sine. So 2 pi by 3, that one also I can write it as pi minus pi by 3, right? So 2 pi by 3 can split it as this form also. So 3 minus pi, it is nothing but 2 pi by 3. So what is sine inverse of sine pi minus theta? So sine pi minus theta is sine theta. So sine pi by 3. So pi by 3 is coming within the principal value branch. So there is no changes in the answer, however you split. But this idea is purely coming upon the practice wise and by knowing all the identities, how it can be simplified. So all these idea which is not at all coming by just once going through the question or once solving. So these ideas are coming only through the practice and by knowing all the identities thoroughly. So here is the next question, that is tan inverse of tan 3 pi by 4. So again, so tan inverse of tan theta is theta only when theta belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, that to the open interval. So 3 pi by 4, it is not at all coming within this interval. So I can't write this one is equal to 3 pi by 4. So I need to reduce this one. So I can write tan 3 pi by 4 as pi minus pi by 4, right? So pi minus pi by 4 is 3 pi by 4. So what is tan pi minus theta? So pi minus theta means comes in the second interval. In the second interval, tan is negative. So tan pi minus theta is minus tan theta. So what happens? Tan inverse of minus tan pi by 4. Why? Write the reason here so that you can get the thing clearly. So the reason is this one here. So and again we know that what? Minus tan theta is equal to tan of minus theta. So I can write this one as tan inverse of tan minus pi by 4. So now this one is in the form of tan inverse of tan theta, where minus pi by 4 it is lying between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So the value is minus pi by 4. So this is the value of the given question. So this is how we need to simplify. Don't write blankly writing tan inverse of tan 3 pi by 4 is equal to 3 pi by 4, because like this type of questions is most common in the multiple choice questions in the CET as well as in the JEE, where you need to think before you are choosing the option, because in that option you might also have 3 pi by 4. So without thinking in the twice manner, don't click or don't put right marks upon these type of questions. Think twice, think about principal value branch before writing here the same angle. That's all I want to suggest or give a hint for you people. So this is the next set of question. This is one of the beautiful question as well as I can say important question. So tan of sin inverse of 3 by 5 plus cot inverse of 3 by 2. So this is one of the question where you can see the transferring one function into the another function. So this one I didn't explain in the introduction part regarding the inverse trigonometric function. So I'll explain that one before doing this problem itself. So suppose if we have tan inverse of x, means suppose if I take tan inverse of x is equal to theta, means what happens, our x is equal to tan theta, and we know that tan theta is equal to what? It is nothing but opposite by adjacent side. Suppose if I consider one right angled triangle and this one is our 90 degree and this one is theta, means opposite by adjacent means it is clearly opposite by adjacent. So here tan theta is equal to x means opposite is x, adjacent is 1. So what happens, this one is x and this one is 1. What happens to our hypotenuse? By using Pythagoras theorem, it becomes 1 plus x square. So now you know all the three sides of triangle. So clearly by looking into this triangle, I can say tan theta is equal to what? X. What about sin theta? Sin theta, it is nothing but what? It is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse. So sin theta is nothing but x by square root of 1 plus x square. What about cos theta? It is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. So it is nothing but square root of 1 plus x square. So what does this implies? Theta is equal to tan inverse of x. Even this implies what? Theta is equal to sin inverse of x divided by square root of 1 plus x square. What does this imply? This implies theta is equal to cos inverse of 1 divided by square root of 1 plus x square. So clearly all these three are equal to the same angle theta. So here theta, which is equal to tan inverse of x, it can also be replaced by sin inverse of x by 1 plus sin inverse of x divided by square root of 1 plus x square, or theta, which is equal to tan inverse of x, it can also be replaced by either one of the function. So this is how we are transferring one trigonometric function or one function into the another function. So let us look into the how we are going to apply this one, or this is the thing I have explained generally. So how we are applying this one in the question, let us see here. So here we are having tan of sin inverse of 3 by 5 plus cot inverse of 3 by 2. So there is no property with the sin and cot and getting one value. There is not at all we are having property. So the thing here we are having tan. So whatever the thing which is within the bracket, let us try to bring within tan inverse. So what property is there to bring within tan inverse? Suppose if I convert this one into tan inverse and this one also into tan inverse, at that time we can use the property or the identity tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. So now let us try to bring this one into tan form. So what they have given? Sin inverse of 3 by 5. Suppose if I take sin inverse of 3 by 5 is equal to x, means what happens? Sin x is equal to 3 by 5. So sin x is equal to 3 by 5 means if I consider right angled triangle and if this angle is x, means sin x is 3 by 5 means it is opposite by hypotenuse. It is 3 and this is 5. By using Pythagoras theorem, I can say this angle is 4. I mean this length or the adjacent side is 4. So sin x is 3 by 5. Now what about tan x? Clearly tan x is nothing but opposite by adjacent, so it is nothing but 3 by 4. So clearly our x is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4. So I can replace here, x is sin inverse of 3 by 5, so I can replace this one by tan inverse of 3 by 4. Similarly for cot inverse of 3 by 2, if I take that one is equal to y, means what happens, our cot y is equal to 3 by 2. Suppose if I consider right angled triangle with the angle y, means cot is equal to 3 by 2, means clearly this one is adjacent, this one is opposite, so 3 by 2. So whatever the angle here it comes, it is nothing but square root of 3 square plus 2 square, which is square root of 13. But here we are required tan y, so it is nothing but 2 by 3. So clearly our y is nothing but what, tan inverse of 2 by 3. So I can replace cot inverse of 3 by 2 as tan inverse of 2 by 3. Therefore now what happens to our given question, that is tan of sin inverse of 3 by 5 is replaced by tan inverse of 3 by 4 plus cot inverse of 3 by 2 is replaced by tan inverse of 2 by 3. Now we can use the formula tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. Let us use that formula. What is that? Tan inverse of x plus y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y 2 by 3 divided by 1 minus xy, that is 3 by 4 into 2 by 3. So what happens now? Tan of tan inverse, by taking the LCM, what we are going to get, it is 12, 3 3s are 9 plus 4 2s are 8 divided by 12 minus 6 divided by 12. So 12 get cancels. So tan of tan inverse of 9 plus 8, it is nothing but 17. 12 minus 6, it is 6. So tan inverse of 17 by 6, which is nothing but 17 by 6. So the value of this one is nothing but 17 by 6. So this is how we are transferring the function. So remember, this one is very important and very basic also. Remember this one. This concept is very important for MCQ questions, which is used in the JEE as well as in the CET. If the question comes in this manner, means you must be able to convert it into getting all the three sides of a right angle triangle and converting one inverse trigonometric function into the another inverse trigonometric function by looking into the sides of the triangle, that is adjacent side, opposite sides and hypotenuse of the given right angle triangle. So this is how we are solving the question. Try to understand it. Suppose if you have doubt with this one, means you can ask me at any time. So in the MCQ question, there is again cos inverse of cos 7 pi by 6, and this one they have given with the 4 options, that is these one, 7 pi by 6, 5 pi by 6, pi by 3 and pi by 6. So we need to deal with it. So as I said, by looking into the option, there again they used to give 7 pi by 6. Think about the principal value branch of cos inverse, that is from 0 to pi. So clearly 7 pi by 6 does not belongs to this principal value branch, so it is not equal to 7 pi by 6. So now try to reduce or get 7 pi by 6. How can I simplify pi by 6? I can write 7 pi by 6 as pi plus pi by 6, and we know that cos pi plus theta is equal to minus cos theta. So what happens? Cos inverse of cos pi plus pi by 6 is minus cos pi by 6. Again we know that minus cos theta, it can be written as either cos pi plus theta or cos pi plus theta or pi minus theta. We can write it in this form. Since minus cos theta, I can bring in either this of the form. So here we are having minus cos theta. I can write it as cos inverse of cos pi minus pi by 6. Why I use pi minus pi by 6? Since the principal value branch of cos inverse is lying between 0 to pi. So pi minus pi by 6 means it is coming within this principal value branch. So pi minus pi by 6, it is nothing but cos 5 pi by 6, which is equal to 5 pi by 6 because it is lying within the principal value branch. It is there. Option B is the correct answer. This is how we need to solve the MCQ questions. So the next question, it is nothing but we need to find the value of this one. This one is equal to. So before looking into this one, first thing we need to solve this one before solving sine of pi by 3. So how we are solving that one? Sine inverse of minus 1 by 2. You can, if you get it directly means you can solve it directly. Suppose if you feel it difficult means taking that one is equal to y or x. What we are going to get? Sine y is equal to minus 1 by 2. So for which angle, for which trigonometric function we are going to get minus 1 by 2? It is nothing but minus sine pi by 6. And we know that sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. So here minus sine pi by 6, I can write it as how? I can write it of sine of minus pi by 6. So clearly value of y is minus pi by 6. So y is nothing but our this value. So what happens that one? Here sine of pi by 3 minus of minus, it is plus pi by 6. By taking the LCM, we are going to get 2 pi, it is nothing but 3 pi by 6, which is nothing but pi by 2. So sine pi by 2, which is equal to 1. So option D is the right answer. So similarly, you are having the next question, that is tan inverse of root 3 minus cot inverse of minus root 3. So try to do this one by yourself, which is similar to the 2 MCQ questions which I have already solved. So try to do this one by yourself. So this is the exercise question of exercise of 2.2 of inverse trigonometric function. So if you have any doubts in any of the questions which I have already solved means you can ask me at any time. Suppose if you have any doubts means you can clarify also. But the thing here it is, you must be thorough with all the trigonometric properties, identities, as well as inverse trigonometric properties and identities. So only at that time you can go with all these questions smoothly. So this is regarding the today's video. Thank you students.